Wait, before we sign off, do you want to plug anything?
That's true.
Yeah.
Plug your stuff.
Like your Instagram, because we're going to put this part at the very beginning.
When are you showing?
Next Monday.
Next Monday. Okay, it's not gonna be published yet. It might never gonna get published, but I hope myself. Next week I record like a very
OnlyFans?
small. Yeah, also, but
I'd pay for that.
No, but I have this idea for a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
My idea is to record it next week. Like I'm gonna do just a few episodes, and it's interviews with people that doesn't exist.
Oh.
So I'm gonna set a weird personality to ChatGPT and interview it.
Whoa!
Like a 10-minute.
Fuck, we should have done that. Fuck, that's a way better idea. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
So I don't know the name, I don't know anything, but my idea is to record it like next week.
Okay.
So I can
Awesome.
start
Well,
publishing
If
it.
you find the name, you can send it to us and we'll put
Okay.
it on the
And
description.
your Instagram handle is...
Yeah.
Colectivo Desastre.
Colectivo Desastre. Yeah, no, but that's better. Like, yeah.
It's on the
Me-
description. We'll put all the links on the description.
Yeah.
Follow him on Instagram.
Cool.
He has some of the funniest reels I've seen. It's really funny. Colectivo Desastre, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, that's been last
Thank
week
you,
tortilla
guys.
for the second time. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Start. Clap. Shall we clap that ass?
Wait, it doesn't want to... Oh, maybe it's just like biting down. It doesn't want to do it, because maybe it's
What do you mean?
like this thing is...
It's biting down the button. No, but you need to spread...
How do you do this?
Like you spread like... You know, it's very manual. Yeah, you just need to push it up. Or pull it up.
Okay, I see.
Are you still filming?
No, it never started. Because
I fear you're gonna ruin my phone somehow.
Yeah, I don't... Take kindly to strangers.
So
Wait.
we're 40 seconds in. Clap.
There you go.
I have a joke to tell you guys.
Oh, go ahead.
Like a new joke.
Okay, is it a good one or one of yours?
I think it's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah. Joe, I listen to a lot of podcasts as well these past few days
Okay.
just to get some more references. And one, I listened to the Louis C.K. one with Joe Rogan, where he talks about like how you shouldn't laugh after telling your jokes. And I noticed that I laugh a lot actually, which fucks up my jokes.
Yeah, you're the
Yeah.
only one too.
Yeah.
so that makes it awkward.
Yeah. Everyone laughs at their jokes, but why are we? Shouldn't we not laugh?
No, I
this-
think that's a professional comedian thing. Sorry, brother.
This intro sucks.
Wait, here's the joke.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't watch the news a lot, but I've been watching it lately, just to keep up with the latest updates in Europe. You know, because there's a lot going on apparently. And one of the things I noticed is that in France,
Mm-hmm.
they elected a far left government
Yes.
to take up power now, which is crazy because it's completely against the trend of the rest of the world. You know, everyone's going far right. France is going far left.
Mm-hmm.
What are they going to do next? Eat snails?
Oh,
Yeah.
is that it?
Yeah.
Wow. Pato loves it.
I like the yas at the end. The way... Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they doing next? Are they going to all be fucking gay?
Yeah.
Probably. Dude, that was very
Yeah.
Norm of you.
Yeah.
Actually.
Fucking
Yeah.
it's a very Norm inspired joke.
Yeah.
I thought of Norm because I was watching the news and Norm's voice came up in my head and I like, what would Norm say to
And it
this?
was like, hey, you
Hey.
know, with a...
Yeah, you might be a physical comedian there, Gabriel. I really liked your faces.
Yeah.
That was the best part of the joke.
My face?
Your faces.
Yeah, actually, you were staring very intently at it, so that was fun.
And that was also me practicing not laughing because I was really trying to
You
laugh.
really-
Oh, you were that's what that face was.
Yeah, that
He
was-
holding in.
He wasn't
laugh.
focused. He was just like really trying to hold it in.
Yeah.
That was like
It's
I almost
funny.
fart face.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly what I was gonna say. His
Yeah.
holding in laugh face is holding in a fart face.
Yeah, and he's got that exact
Yeah.
face right now.
Yeah.
Do you want
Is
to
it- well,
fart?
no, he
I
just
was
farted
thinking-
in my face.
Oh, he farted in your face.
literally
Ah,
just
lucky
farted
right over there.
fuck.
Right
Did-
over there. In your hallway.
In my hallway.
In your
Jesus
hallway.
Christ,
You didn't
dude.
hear it? It was super loud.
No, I was making the drinks.
He said, "Hey, can you help me? Can you help me with this?" And then he bent over, and I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." And I bent over, and then he farted in my face.
It didn't help that you were licking my asshole.
Oh yeah, I should have been doing that in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have motorboated his ass.
You needed
That
help with
always,
something.
opens him up.
So what were we gonna do the week that we're both off?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
No, I don't think this is for the. You know what?
You don't think this is for the listeners?
No, I don't think it's for the listeners.
I think it's for
You know
all the
what?
listeners, all 50 listeners that we have on average.
Try with 15.
Okay.
Hey man, we started with like 5, so I think
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. We're doing great.
No,
We're
but it's
doing
spread out.
great.
I don't know what that means because on YouTube we get what is going to.
Sorry, just keep going.
Is that the
talking.
face that I was doing before?
Yeah,
You were
a
doing the
little
face
bit.
that I was.
Yeah, you're just staring at each other. You just kissed, dude.
YouTube we get average of like 40 with a guest. Without a guest is like what 20.
okay.
right?
What are you
makes
talking
sense.
But on Spotify
yeah,
we
yeah.
get like the same amount. So are people listening to it twice or is 2 times the people?
It's 2 times the people. 2
Yeah,
times the
I'm
people.
we're gonna stick
Let's
with that.
fucking
We're
stick
gonna
with that.
When we
Yeah.
talk to our sponsors, that's what we'll tell
That's
them.
the number.
It's
That's what
2
we'll
times. You see that number? It's 2 times. that
When we
number.
talk to Fruteria Manolo, if they want to sponsor us, we'll say, no, it's 40, I swear.
Yeah, I did a very marketing thing to do on my Instagram. I don't know if you guys noticed. I uploaded a story saying that we got 1,000 listens,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
1K, which is a nice.
Yeah, no, but
round.
that's just total listens over all of the episodes, right?
Exactly. So if you divide 1,000 per 16, which was at the time,
Yeah.
It's like under 100.
it's like, yeah. How much is it though?
Like 80 maybe per
Yeah.
episode.
Which was
something
good,
like that.
right?
It's not bad.
It's not
Like,
bad, dude.
I mean, I don't really care about the numbers. I just want to have fun doing this. But like,
No, I crazy about the numbers. That's all I care about.
That's actually weird. Like you go into manager mode and then you're like, guys, we have to hit
Which is
the
not
KPIs
true.
or
No,
whatever.
it's not
Oh,
true.
it's absolutely
Nah,
true. It's fucking corporate.
You've gone corporate.
It makes me want to throw out how
No.
corporate you are. You know, when Donald Trump looks, I don't know where I was going with this, but
Yeah.
when Donald Trump has a baby, he's gonna name it. No, when Donald Trump starts a new business, he's gonna name it Gabriel Cubas because you're so fucking corporate.
I wish.
Oh wow.
You know where I'm not moving to? France.
Why is that?
Because they eat snails.
I heard
Yeah,
they eat
maybe.
snails over there.
We do it too, though. You actually never
I
had
know.
snails? Like they're good.
Yeah, there is a house of snails near to Seoul, which
A
is
house
very
of snails.
famous.
It's just a snail. A house of snails is just a snail.
It's like a Game of Thrones.
So, yeah.
the house of
family.
snails. We have dragons, and then we have a guy riding a snail.
Did you see on when you were for Michael's podcast
Yeah.
and you were doing the whole nature speech? I purposely put like a really long video of a snail in there. Did you? It's like I was actually. I mean, it was. I made it in 10 minutes. It was inspired by One Punch Man. I don't know if
Oh,
you guys
really?
ever seen
I
it.
seen One Punch Man. Yeah.
Had you know that scene where he's like on the balcony trying to swat a fly?
Oh yeah,
No, I don't remember. Oh yeah, actually, isn't that like one of the first?
it's a
seasons?
funny scene. It's
And
the first season, and
First
it's like
season.
he's the most powerful human on earth, but he
Yeah.
can't kill this one fucking fly.
But
Yeah.
then there's like this one shot of like this like bug crawling out of this crack. And it goes on for like 3 minutes.
Really?
I don't know if you remember exactly what I'm talking
No,
about.
I don't
but
remember what.
I don't remember
I remember
it
that
too.
scene, but I don't remember that moment.
Yeah.
You-
I do
Well, anyway.
remember watching One Punch Man and thinking, Jesus, this is good TV. Like this is really good writing. This is like a really good project.
It's probably one of
whatever
the
it is.
funniest shows I've ever watched.
Yeah.
I've cried laughing.
I wouldn't go
I
that
devoured
far.
it in like 2 days. It was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I binged it so, and the final fight was so epic. I wasn't expecting that. Like I thought it was gonna be mainly comedy,
Yeah.
but then they get to the end and it's
I didn't end it. I watched all season 1. And how many seasons does it have?
2, but the second one is shit.
Yeah,
They
the
changed
second,
the
I think
studios.
they changed the animation studio.
Yeah.
I don't know if they changed the writers, but they changed this animation.
No, the writer's the same. Writer's
Yeah.
name is One, and he's. Do you know Mob
And
Psycho 100?
his name is One. His last
His,
name
like,
is Peace.
Juan.
his like
No, it's
writer's
Juan.
name. His like how do you go? Pen name is One.
Juan. I know Juan.
You know Juan?
Yes.
Juan Punchman.
Do you know that Pete
He takes your
Holmes
job.
joke that I think is really funny?
Okay.
How do you tell a guy named Juan that they just won the first match of a baseball game for forever? Like they haven't won one for forever, and they just won.
Wait,
It's Juan. We won, Juan. No, wait. We won one, Juan.
Okay.
We
I got
won
it.
one. Juan, we won one, Juan. And then he just goes doing that for
Forever.
like
Okay.
5 minutes.
I can see. Yeah.
And it's actually hilarious.
It
I
can be
love Pete
funny,
Holmes. That's
Ah.
not gay.
Pete Holmes is so underrated. I feel like.
You feel like? I don't think it's underrated. I think he doesn't care about quality a lot, so he puts out a lot of. He actually had this debate with Nate Bargatze. Bargatze?
Yeah, Bergazzi.
It's not Nate Bargatze. It's someone else.
Is it Mike Birbiglia?
Yeah,
The
Mike
other
Birbiglia.
Italian? Yeah.
Yeah, he were debating because Pete Holmes put out like a lot of like podcasts without editing, so he should just have full conversations without editing. And Birbiglia was saying like how he thinks that's like so bad for his position because he's super big. He has a bunch of people listening to him. Like, how dare you not carefully create something? And they go into this debate. And essentially ends up being like Pete Holmes saying like, oh yeah, I just do whatever I want to. If people want to listen to it, good. And Birbiglia was like, no, you should craft it.
So
like,
Birbiglia says you have a responsibility.
Yeah,
towards
to make
your
it good.
audience. I think I agree with Birbiglia there a bit. Like once you get to a certain point where like people are paying like a significant amount to see you, maybe not podcasts because podcasts are free.
no, I think
But, like,
I
your
think,
live shows you have to like work on them.
But who do you think I agree with?
Dude, you guys talk about Pete Holmes too much.
Do we?
I don't think we do. This is the first
No,
time.
it's the first time I feel like-
What I'm always No, Pete Holmes has been brought up on maybe every single podcast we've had.
Oh,
Pete Holmes and Louis C.K.
Yeah.
and maybe Norm Macdonald.
yeah. I can see Norman Louis. We have to put some vanilla comic in there.
Yeah.
No blacks.
No blacks.
That's
Nope.
true. Fuck. Yeah. Shout out Chris Rock.
Yeah. I'm just
Shout
wondering,
out
like,
Chris.
whether, like, when I'm zoning out, like, I wonder if the listener's zoning out. That's my number one fear on this
That's a really good
God-given
question
earth.
to have
know?
because I think it's a fair.
We should
Way
start.
of-
You should start doing a noise when you start zoning out. Just going like, "Bah!" so you can know.
Just
Yeah.
quack.
Yeah, you can do that
You-
because
that can
it's
be your
helpful
thing.
to us. Because Victor and I were so into comedy,
We just
unlike
nerd
you,
out.
Pato.
I mean, I'm also
we nerd
not-
out a little bit too much.
Yeah, you guys are so into comedy. This is another. You know this like meeting.
What was that?
I don't actually know what that,
That was Chandler energy.
Dude, sometimes,
You guys are
sometimes,
so into comedy.
sometimes things just come out of my mouth and they can sound very abrasive, and I
Yeah.
apologize. So you know that meeting that I was talking about. What I've been thinking about mainly while filming the podcast is that, and I think we just have differing opinions on this. See, this is exactly what I'm talking
Go
about.
ahead. Don't look at him. Don't
No,
pay
ignore
This
me,
is
dude.
exactly what I'm talking about.
No,
No,
I'm here.
because
I'm
you know
here,
what?
baby.
For the listeners out there, Gabriella just started to
It's kind
decided
of
to
your-
stand up and ignore me.
It's your fault because I told you to
Of course, it's my fault. Of
I
course
told
it
you
is.
to fucking
always
put
is.
my phone out of silence mode or vibrator mode or whatever. The
You know
fuck.
what? I heard you say that. Completely ignored it. I don't even give a fuck.
Now it's 7:30. I'm scared that he might be messaging me.
Oh my god, dude! This is what I'm talking about.
No, I know. I
This
get
is
it.
exactly
I get
what
But
it.
you
I
could have
get it.
ignored me.
No, he has to feel heard.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he has a girlfriend. Jesus, a
Okay.
fiance.
Who has it? Pato?
No,
Yeah.
you do.
I do.
How's that relevant?
Because he doesn't listen,
Oh yeah, poor Barbara.
and neither do you, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Well,
I
what
was
the
just
fuck?
talking. And you didn't.
you
Dude, I don't
had
know.
my bag.
Yeah, I had it, but then you lost it, and now I have your phone.
Guess what? No one has your back then.
I made
Victor.
your life so-
You lost both of our backs.
Yeah.
So therefore, no. Oh.
I made your life harder than it should be because now we have 3 recordings.
Did he actually message?
No.
us? Oh, that was for nothing.
And also, I remember I have WhatsApp on my computer, so I don't need
Wow.
to.
He's corporate and incompetent.
Shit.
Insane.
Okay, what the fuck were
Yeah,
you talking
if
about?
Donald Trump has a kid and he names it a business, he'll name.
If he has a business that's his baby, he has a business baby, and you're the business baby.
I love
you'd be
Business
bad.
Baby. Dude, Boss Baby is the funniest fucking. You know, I've never seen it, unfortunately, but
no?
I just
Me
like the
neither.
idea of Boss Baby.
It's a ridiculous.
I think I've seen the first scene, and
That's the problem with the movie. It's a funny idea, but it doesn't have legs for a movie.
No,
Oh, you watched it?
I did watch it. I have small nieces, but I didn't watch it with them. Like,
Uh-huh.
I just wanted to put an excuse. I watched a movie for kids. I also watched Inside Out 2, which was not as good as the first one.
I've
It
seen
still made
Inside
me
Out
cry.
too.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the sequel though. I've seen Inside Out 2 though.
What? Oh, Jesus Christ, dude! Is this a bar for today's episode? What was the fucking snails? And I've seen it too.
What's this attitude?
Oh my
that Paco's
god!
having towards
Yeah, he came in sassy today.
You know, because I feel
Sassy.
I don't. Okay, I feel better in the evening. I go on my run. I do my stuff. Like I'm feeling good in the evening. Not
Is this you feeling good?
No, 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 no,
What
no,
the fuck?
Yeah.
Let's deep dive into this.
How are you in the
analysis.
morning? Do you bite people's faces off?
He said,
I'm not being mean.
you know what? He's better during the evening.
Yeah.
He's holding the reason he's hen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's drinking.
I've
time.
taken
Yeah.
3 sips. I came
long
in
sips.
with this mood. I came in with this mood.
He came in sassy. That's
Much
true.
like you came in crip walking into my house.
Yes.
In the evening, I mentally crip walk into this house. And
Okay, enough of the crib walking.
Honestly, the crip walking made me very nervous. I uploaded it to Instagram. I thought it was a great idea, and then like during the night I was like, "Is this like maybe like
Is
a
it a thing in
horrible
Brazil?
idea?"
Like, can you
Crip
get beaten
walking?
up? Yeah, like the Crips and the Bloods.
No, not at all. But not because of that. I don't think that's the problem. I think like just what if like my boss goes to check out my Instagram reels. I'm doing
Oh
the
yeah.
crip.
Do people know at your job that you're a comedian?
Some people. The people that I don't care that know, they know.
Okay.
And also I think everyone knows and everyone probably has checked it out. But it's too deep of a cut of a podcast for people to listen to it. You know, it's like about a very specific subject.
that's exactly my point. Okay, so I brought this up earlier, but then you just stood up and did your own thing and farted in my face.
Yeah.
Okay?
Metaphorically.
This is I've
Literally.
realized my concern with like the difference in like the podcast and how we view it is that, and I think I've even said it before, but like, and this sounds awful, but you guys like care about the guests like far more than me.
Okay.
Like far more.
Yeah.
Like for me, I barely care about the guests.
This is not a good quality to have in a podcast.
It's not-
That's an interview, basically.
No, but he's right. I understand. That
Like-
point I agree with.
I just want to have a more of a natural conversation, and you guys more want to interview the guests about their life and how they got into comedy, which is like either lane is fine for me. I'm not saying one is right, one is wrong. I'm just saying I think that's how we differ.
Okay.
And this is now a Pod Boys meeting.
This turned into an intervention.
Now I'm
Can I
corporate.
just say,
you
he's
know what? I'm
completely
corporate,
right.
but I'm a good boss.
All right.
He's
First
the
of
cool
all,
boss.
I'm the cool
no
boss.
to the.
Yeah.
You're not corporate at all. You're more of a socialist. Move to France, eat a fucking snail, and shut up. Okay. I'm sorry.
I'll
That
eat
was a
couple
little bit
snails.
rude.
I'll eat a couple. snails.
I regretted it. As I was in the middle of that
No, he
phase, and I was
deserves it.
like,
Go-
that's
go
a little
in,
bit too
go in.
rude.
You know, I'll buy all the snails in the world,
But
and I
second
won't
thing-
give one to you.
That's
Oh.
a fine complaint to have. I agree with you, and I think this podcast needs to have like a hook for the common man. And I just don't know what it is. What is it?
Shouldn't it be us being funny?
No, okay.
Exactly. Isn't that enough?
No,
for the
I
people?
also I wanted to like specify that I don't think I'm right. I'm just saying I can't change myself.
That's very mature. That's
What's going on, dude?
How he almost cried. I can't change myself. No, but like, I think the questions should be like ways to get into a natural conversation. But we're talking with a stranger, so it's hard to have a natural conversation with a total stranger. That isn't small talk.
But okay,
so the questions are a way to get.
Here's what I want to do. I want to just ignore them completely.
and talk, like not even acknowledge them.
And then let them naturally involve themselves in the conversation.
So you want to ostracize them? Do you want to invite them to a party where nobody talks to them?
let's be really friendly to them when they come in, and
then
then
just
once
ignore
the
them?
podcast starts,
We barely. We can put that into practice.
All right. We're
Okay.
gonna clap out
Are we
and then
gonna
clap in.
Oh. Yeah, I'll clap out. I thought originally was better for you, but it was gonna be on my terrace, but
No, it's fine. I don't. Oh shit. I also don't know how.
like.
I think that's better. Yeah.
Victor, are you playing Shadow of Their Tree
Yeah.
DLC? Yeah.
I think it's. Are you the guy or is your?
Oh, we're both the guy. We take turns being the guy.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
That seems like a great idea for
Yeah,
Souls game.
you get burned out because you
Yeah.
get killed a lot, so then you just pass the controller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes it fun. Yeah.
oh, you guys don't play. You guys play the same campaign with 2 people.
Oh yeah.
But you have to play together at all times.
No, we also have our separate
All right.
characters. Like we have like our. Oh yeah.
So you have 3 campaigns.
No, I'm not.
We
doing
have 3
anything.
campaigns. We actually have 7 because we like making characters a lot. We're talking about Elden Ring in a comedy podcast. Fuck it.
we wanted to get less niche, and we're getting way more niche.
Yeah,
than
we went from virgins to super virgins.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to last week's tortilla.
I fucking always press the second one.
Yeah, you always fuck it up.
Sorry.
I still love you.
Welcome.
Should I call you? I don't know. I'm just meeting you now for the first time. Should I call you Colectivo?
No,
Colectivo
Guille.
No,
That's
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But you go by Colectivo Desastre, right?
Yeah. Why?
Why?
Sorry, because
I said yeah. But yeah,
like a bit delay. I need to get used to this.
Is there a delay? All right, yeah. You can take the headphones off if you want.
You don't. Yeah.
I prefer it with them on because then you're gonna miss like the farts,
Okay.
and that's important.
That's the correct reaction to
I'll
that.
keep it. In that case.
But yeah,
so
take
my
your
name,
time.
my name is Guillermo. Like, but it's a very bad joke of a name. Like, you shouldn't. That's the only advice I could give. It's like, don't choose an artistic name which includes a joke.
Because you think it's
yeah.
funny? Because
Well, it was like, yeah, because it was in this moment of a lot of indie Spanish bands, like most of them were called something collective.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah.
I'm also like
Colectivo
that's yeah
Desastre.
that ages. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You're like responding to something in time.
And the joke was like, okay, it's a band with a one-person
Yeah.
band, so that's.
Yeah,
I think
it definitely
it's fine.
confused me. It threw me off when they said that we're having Colectivo Desastre. I was like, "What- how many? Like,
How many people fit on the
Because
couch?
at first, in my imagination, it was like, okay, you're gonna get introduced by the host of the show, and
Yeah.
it's like, okay, so now,
Colectivo.
yeah, and then it's just me, and everyone's gonna be, this is so fucking funny, and it never happened. Like
They
never.
immediately get it. They're like,
Yeah.
this dude's a genius, a
So
subversive
that
genius.
happened 0 times, but how many times have people asked me about like why Colectivo Desastre? So many, so
Yeah.
it didn't worth it at all.
So you're just confusing your audience is
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
But I think
Explaining
I think it's fun. Like I never thought it in a negative way. The opposite. I always think like when people have artistic names, I think it makes them more mysterious and it makes you want to know why if they're good. So
Yeah.
and you're good.
Yeah.
So
Then
wanted
I
to know
should
why.
I should not explain it, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I was saying.
That
Like,
seems mysterious. Yeah, like Colectivo Desastre. Why? And you're like, why not?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Do like a treasure hunt, you know, give out like little hints and put
Yeah.
out like a cryptic message on social media.
yeah.
Kidnap a person or something. I don't know.
Okay, where are you going with this?
I
dude?
don't know. I'm not sure.
But I wanted to ask you about Got Talent because I saw a video of you on social media that they're trying to contact you to go to Got Talent.
Yes, they
Really?
yes, since 2020 they are kind of obsessed with me. I don't know why,
Wow,
but
that's
they
hot.
every year they write to me. Like last year, 7 different writers from the talent
The
show
show?
wrote me, and I think it's because they like music and comedy.
Of course,
seems
it's a
very
perfect-
well for them.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
And Victor, does that make you very jealous?
No, not at all.
Because-
Because I went to Got Talent. I went to the auditions, dude. You're not missing out.
Did you?
I did.
How was it? Because I was very worried about like I have nothing bad to say about the show from
I
an
do.
artistic point of view. I mean,
Yeah, that's
as
what-
an audience.
Yeah.
But I don't want to participate in a place where like comedy is very contextual. So
Yeah.
if they have the power to edit and control how it's gonna be shown, like I'm so afraid about that.
Oh.
So how what is
Let me tell you, brother. Okay, first of all, I go in.
I knew that he's gonna have a good story because this
Dude,
happened
I was
recently too.
I was so fucking incensed. Okay, so I have to be in Tirso de Molina, actually, right next to where you live in the teatro.
where the Mago Pops.
Yeah, exactly. And now they had like all the judges.
Chica,
like,
yeah.
So I go in there 8 a.m. on a Sunday. I'm hungover as fuck. I've slept 4 hours, and they put you in a room full of people who are preparing for an audition. So there's a lot of la 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 la.
Yeah.
Then people like tuning guitars.
yeah,
and then
and
a
not
lot of-
comedy, like everything.
And you're
Like-
whispering to yourself.
Yeah, I'm just in a corner like I'm an only child, so that I was born next. Yeah, and then so there's also what was really funny actually. It was like a crew of people that were dancers and they were going like 5, 6, 7, 8, and then there was this girl who was like Aurora, no, and I was like, oh, poor Aurora, dude, she's gonna fuck him up for everyone. So then
That's
you wait there for
crazy.
like an hour and a half. then you go to like the interview, the first interview, because the thing is they interview you and then they cut the interviews with your performance.
Yeah.
So they say, hey Victor, you're a comedian here. I'm like, yeah. So they're like, you can make this funny, and I'm like, make what funny? And they go, you're the first comedian in Got Talent that doesn't have any disabilities. So we want you to go in with that angle, like, hey, I'm the first comedian in Got Talent who doesn't have any disabilities.
Did they suggest you?
Yeah, they say that's my
fed
angle.
you that line,
Dude,
said,
and I was
say
like,
this.
Yeah, and I was like, do you want me to be an asshole? Like, you just want me to be a dick? They'll be like, hey, I'm not a fucking retard. I'm on this show. And it's like, I'm not. And I was like, I'm not gonna say that. And they were like, no, but you're a comedian. You can
Also, that's a lie because Paz Padilla is the jury there.
That's gonna hit with the Spanish
joke. It went over my
Also,
head.
your set was gonna be great, right? Because it was all about the judge with the sunglasses that I forget his name.
Oh no,
Rizo.
they wanted to. So
Risto, right?
Risto Mejia,
Yeah.
and he went out with a minor, so there's a lot of things to like make
Yeah.
fun of.
Yeah.
But the thing is, first off, they wanted me to do a roast of the judges because they called me because they saw a video of mine where I like roast hot people, as a concept.
Okay.
And they were like, you've roasted hot people, so you can roast people with disabilities like the other comedians and the judges. And I was like, you realize that's not the same thing, right? Like, it's not going in on hot people. It's not the same as going in as a guy who's missing a leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, but you can make it funny, right? And I'm like, okay, I'll try. And then like I'm filming the interview and I'm just being like a dick.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be, but I'm like, yeah, I'm the first one here with no disability, so I get no extra points, I guess. And immediately I'm like, fuck, dude,
Why am I doing
Why
this?
am I doing this?
But
Wow.
but wasn't it like a fun exercise overall? You think?
Maybe like the thing is, okay, so and the thing, so I do all that,
Yeah.
and then I go to my stage like trial. You have to go through like production, and they kind of edit what you're gonna say. So like I go in there, I do my act, and they're like, say this, don't say that. For example, I have a lot of jokes about Opus Dei, and Tamara Falco, one of the judges, is from Opus Dei. You guys know what Opus
cool.
Dei is?
Yeah, yeah,
Nope.
yeah.
It's a Catholic cult, essentially.
Oh, is
And-
this the Witnesses, Jehovah's Witnesses?
No.
No, it's
No.
sort of. It's similar. Like, okay, so it's a Catholic, a very like conservative branch of Catholicism, and they just have like a lot of kids. Like
Oh,
they have
okay.
like.
But they
10
don't go
kids.
door by door and knock on your door.
Oh no, they
No.
don't try to convince. Like they judge you silently,
Okay.
as Catholics do, but they don't try to convince you.
Okay,
Yeah,
I get it.
So then I have a lot of jokes about that, but one of the judges is from Opus Dei, so they're like, so let's go down on that. And I'm like, cool.
Really?
Yeah.
What? That's
Yeah.
wild.
So that's what he said. Like they really edit. Like it's not what you want to do; it's what they want
Yeah.
you to do, and you have to fit a narrative. And then like
I was warned because I know a musician who is a very virtuous. I don't know.
talented.
Yeah, a very talented
Virtuous
guitar
works as
player.
well, yeah.
And they called him like years ago, and it was not because how well he played guitar, but it was because he had an accident. So he was the first foot toe implant in his hand.
Oh.
He had a toe
so
in
they,
his
yeah,
hand?
yeah. So
Wait,
they
what
wanted to show that like
That's wild.
Oh, they
finger
wanted like the morbosity.
he got cut one of his fingers.
Do you know which
This
finger
one.
it was?
Yeah, this one.
The pinky.
Yeah, and he got the big
One of
one
the
from the
toes.
toe.
Not the big one.
The
Yeah,
big one?
because that's the one you have more mobility.
Oh, no.
So he had to learn
just leave
again
it
how to
off.
play the guitar because that's his profession. And
Yeah, that's pretty.
and they wanted him because of that story.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I just yeah. Okay,
what
because he
sucks.
plays the guitar. Oh,
Yeah, like
wow.
a lot of people
so
have
it's
soft
like
stories.
it's like in your album.
Yeah.
like you said about like the heroes.
You listen to
story.
my album?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah.
I'm
I have a question.
embarrassed.
Like all the beats like that seemed like a conversation came
Yeah.
from this podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
Yeah,
were all.
this is
So
gonna be
if
in his
I
next
ask you a
album, yeah.
deep question, it might get into the next
Yeah, yeah.
EP or something like that.
Especially if you're a racist. Yo, can I ask you if you can check if the phone is recording? I'm sorry I'm making
Yeah,
you
sure,
work,
no.
but you're the
Dude,
one
the
closest.
guest. Oh my
This
God.
is what he does.
I'm sorry.
This is what he does.
Is it
It is,
recording?
it is.
Perfect. All right. I just don't want to miss it. Imagine this is like Pato's gonna have a lot of time to edit this. This is gonna be a fun episode, I'm sure. I was really excited to have you on, dude. Multiple reasons. The major one is your songs are so fucking funny,
Thank you.
and the time I met you is my first time doing Spanish stand-up ever. So we were doing La Nueva Troje. I don't remember which show exactly. I think you were
Yeah, I was
hosting.
hosting actually.
Yeah.
And then Victor decided, you know what's a great idea? It's Gabriel's first time. Let's put him after Colectivo Desastre, who usually kills because he has a guitar and he's really funny and talented. And like, I had to follow you. Like, people were dying laughing. It was super fun. And then I went home and like, hey, español. And we were like,
Es mi primerita vez.
You were
but you did
hosting
well.
that night. You were hosting.
I hosted that night. Like I was a guest host. Like I am here. I was there. Like I'm just guesting.
No, you're a
everywhere.
co-host. We are all co-hosts.
We're our co-host.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, of course. You're not
Pando.
guest hosting.
Oh,
But anyway, that night,
That was beautiful.
your set blew my mind because there were like 5 people in the crowd. You never know what the quality of the comedians is going to be
At
whenever
an
there's-
open mic, yeah.
Yeah, at an open mic. And I didn't know who you were, obviously, because I'm not in the scene in Spanish. And then you went up, you fucking murdered. All your jokes were super funny. My
thank you.
favorite one is the one I think you dropped, which is the Veeps one, the restaurant Veeps. You're not no longer
Did I
doing
do that joke? I didn't
Yeah,
know
and
that.
that was my favorite from that set. And you said you stopped doing that one.
Yeah, because what I do for open mics is I have in fact it was that song. I have one song that the theme it's things I don't get.
Yeah.
Which is such a wide theme
Concept,
that you
yeah.
can try any one-liner you
want, yeah.
you
Oh,
want
right,
in
yeah.
that. So that's the song I try on open mics because I can try
Different
different
stuff.
one-liners. Yeah. So yeah, that one I stopped trying that one, but
Yeah, I think it's so fun. I thought it
Thank
was
you.
so fun.
No, yeah, you had a great set, and
Yeah.
I remember like it was the first time I saw that in the scene in Madrid because like I'm a big fan of musical comedy. Like I love Bo Burnham. I love what's the name of the Australian guy? I'm forgetting.
Flight
Tim-
of the Conchords. No,
Oh, I like those guys too. No,
Oh,
it's the
no,
guy
from
with
Tim
his long
Minchin.
hair.
Tim
Yes, Tim
Minchin.
Minchin.
team meeting. Yeah.
Matilda guy.
The Matilda guy.
Matilda.
The Matilda
He
guy.
wrote
And-
Matilda.
I don't
You
know.
know
Oh,
the-
really? No, I
yeah,
didn't know.
Matilda, the show that
Oh, the
was here in
musical.
Broadway.
He has
Oh.
a show on filming,
Oh, really?
like with the actress from House of Dragons.
Oh, the blonde?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
when she's
Small.
yeah,
Kid.
yeah, when she's a kid.
Okay.
And it's
Sorry,
like
sure.
a road trip movie, but on a show, and it's
Oh,
kinda
nice.
funny, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So, were you inspired by them? Like, how did you get into musical comedy?
Yeah, but at first I didn't have so much English-speaking references because,
Mhm.
as you said, like the best ones are English-speaking, like Americans, English,
Yeah.
Australian, or whatever.
That's not really a thing in Spain. Like, we
Yeah.
don't have a lot of musical
No,
comedians.
No.
my only references were Álvaro Carmona or
Oh, yeah.
the beats that Berto or some comedians do in late night
Okay.
shows. That
So-
was my only reference. Like, but I was thinking like, okay, this moment when they made a parody of this trendy song is
Yeah.
very funny.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
like
it-
Weird Al or something like that. Weird Al Yankovic.
that kind of
So,
stuff.
but when you started comedy, did you do it directly with music, or did you try it without music?
I started with music, and at first it was terrible because I
Okay.
was a musician,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then my band split up. Like,
Oh.
we finished
Yeah.
playing.
Did they start fucking with each other? Like, that always happens in bands.
No, but
Yoko.
Hook up, yeah.
we made a lot of effort, like for our second album, and it didn't worth it, and we started working and
Oh.
traveling
Then
to
you guys
different
just went
cities. Yeah.
different.
So I wanted to keep playing, but at the same time I was getting to comedy.
And
Okay.
like you moved here to Madrid from Asturias, right?
Yeah.
Were you a musician back then? Like, was musician always the plan, or were you doing something else while pursuing music?
I mean,
Did I go too deep?
No, like,
No,
okay,
no.
so did you start
no.
playing in the
I mean,
studios?
so what do you mean? Like, because I'm thinking like I don't pay my rent with comedy or
And music.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. But did you have was being a musician always like your first option in terms of career?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
career.
Yeah, it was. But I have this lesion.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're hurt.
lesion,
Really?
yeah.
Injury.
I had an injury in my nerve.
Oh shit!
So you know when you hit your elbow and then you have like this
Yeah,
electricity pain and that stuff. So it was permanent for 6 months, and I could not play the guitar.
Oh,
Holy
fuck.
shit!
So, and it happened to me in an exchange program in the States
Oh,
when
shit.
I was in college. So
What is it,
That was
shooting or?
It sounds
Were you,
like,
like,
there's
ducking?
a-
no, there were some people trying to get bombs in the college.
there's like
it
a
happened twice.
spaceship,
No, it-
spaceship taking flight.
I think there might be aliens coming, Victor.
Oh yeah, there might. What's that?
I don't know. You live here, dude.
Oh yeah, that's the AC. That's the AC. Sorry.
All right,
We're gonna
That's
turn
the
it up.
AC.
I think so. Yeah, it's getting hot in here, baby.
No, that's
So take all
that
your
sounds like a
clothes.
washing
It's
machine.
getting so hot in here.
Yeah, it's a washing machine.
Oh,
My
okay.
roommate has
I'm
a
like,
washing
dude,
on. Sorry,
that's
I'll
the
go
most
forward.
aggressive
Cable.
AC.
This is a very chaotic podcast. I'm sorry.
If you think this is like, it's because I'm the guest, they're being so chaotic. No, every episode's like this, like every single fucking episode. So we're the problem.
Oh my god, that's so much better, dude. I was
Yeah.
getting stressed like slowly, and I didn't know why. I was like, why am I getting more stressed?
It was getting louder, so it felt like it was building tension. You know, in movies when they're doing quick cuts
Yeah.
and there's just a
Like something terrible is
it's
about to happen.
Exactly, that kind of vibe. So
But
you
yeah.
started out with musician.
The question was more based on like, how did you started getting into music? Was that like a very strict plan? Did you like make that like an objective? Like, I want to be a musician.
Yeah,
Move to
yeah. I
Madrid?
joined the conservatory. I studied music.
Oh, cool.
And then I started playing like rock music and making a band. But there was always this point where, I don't know, in the conservatory, like you have this choir concert and you have to wait for the orchestra to finish
Yeah.
playing, and you are waiting with all your friends, and we started like improvising songs and that stuff. So it was always a constant, like using
That's awesome.
music to
the conservatory,
for
is
comedy.
that normally classical music?
Yeah.
Or- okay,
Yeah.
so you studied classical music.
Yeah, I studied 9 years of classical music.
Was guitar the thing or
Yeah.
something else? Yeah, always
Yeah,
Do
guitar.
you imagine he studied piano, then he just like riffs guitar like a madman?
I don't doubt it.
Like-
Usually that translate like piano and guitar, no. But like if like we have a friend that's a cello player.
Yeah,
who
I was
plays the
gonna
guitar.
say our friend he's this American guy from Wisconsin who's going to the Royal. He just graduated from the Royal Conservatory in the Reina Sofia, like right next
really?
to there, you know.
Yeah.
I just think it was so funny that this guy from Wisconsin. He must be the only like guy from Wisconsin.
That's been in Reina Sofia.
He's like 2 meters tall.
Oh, he really stands out.
He rock
Yeah.
climbs. And I don't want to say anything.
Well, I
but
mean, rock
he's
climbing
on-
is very easy when you're 2 meters. You just go like that.
Yeah, that's
You're
very
on top.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's with Michael, if that is that okay.
I don't know. Well, we love him.
Yeah.
We love that.
I love Tig.
But
Tig is the guy's name. So back to your conservatory story. Whoa,
No,
that's
well,
a rhyme. That's
No,
a
yeah.
bar.
So how
That's-
did that turn into comedy? Like, did you start getting into
So
comedy?
yeah,
in
I have
Madrid?
this injury, and as I was abroad, I don't know, like, what do you think, you guys? Think about that. But for me, the easiest way to follow like politics and what was going on in Spain was following
comedy? Like,
comedy. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
for sure.
all
You mean
the-
Angel Martin? His
No,
things.
no, he wasn't doing that at that time. But buying.
yeah, 100%.
Like-
I understand what you mean.
Like
talk
John
shows or
Oh yeah, like like The Onion, like our version of The Onion. It was like
Okay,
a parody
okay.
newspaper.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What's
Yeah.
the word? I don't have like
Satire.
Say
Or-
yeah, satire.
Yeah, yeah.
Satire,
I think
like,
he
so.
is our bridge to the Spanish world. He's
Yeah.
any reference that you have, he will tell us. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
that's
100% agree. I still haven't found like a news outlet, like a legit Spanish news outlet that I follow and I say, yeah, I stick to this one because this one's the good one. Because every news outlet, but this is not just Spain, this is worldwide, by the way.
Mhm.
It's like kind of. Can you guys hear my voice? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
it's weird. Okay.
Unfortunately, yeah.
But it's every news outlet is like lean towards one side or the other, you know, and it's messy. There's no like, I don't know, central point of view or just a guy trying to figure something out legitimately. Like everyone has like this point of view.
Well, they all have like patrons. Like
Yeah,
they all have
exactly.
people they report to. But like one thing I
comedy
like about
doesn't
like
have
the
that.
satire news is like I think there's a constant like with a lot of stuff like how do you make people pay attention, and it's just make it funny.
Yeah.
And people will pay attention. So like, do you try to be like political with your comedy? Because you have some like jokes about.
Yes, yeah. I like to do that. Like, I don't think a comic should be politic. There's no need for that to be funny. You have to be funny.
Yeah, if you're a comedian, your first
Yeah.
job is to be funny.
But me as an artist, like I like to sometimes spice it up with my opinion.
Of course.
Which, like, I'm not trying to convince anyone. Like, and also I'm trying. If you thinking the other way, I want you to have a laugh about that.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be offensive or to make you feel guilty. I just want to express my point of view, which I think is more pure as a comedy.
Yeah, you're being honest and you're not trying to exclude anyone. Even if you're being honest is kind of against someone else, you're still trying to make everyone like stay with the jokes, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
if the joke works, like no, it doesn't matter. Like I've laughed at right wing jokes.
Yeah.
But if the joke works, like maybe you don't agree with like the thing it's saying, but if a joke is like structurally like very well built, you can understand like, okay, that's funny. Like I don't agree with maybe the underlying message.
Yeah.
But that's a funny joke.
Yeah, it's like in the States, like they have. I think in Spain it doesn't happen that much, but in America they have a lot of right wing, very good comedians. Like here, there's not that much. It's
Miguel
like,
Lago, maybe.
Or like who's that? Ron White.
Yeah.
Do you know Ron White? I don't know.
yeah.
He's very right wing, but he's really funny.
No, but that's America. He's saying.
No,
Spain.
he's saying in
but in Spain we don't have right wing good comedians. You know what I mean? They're just offensive, like these woke guys.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't say anything anymore.
Yeah.
He said on his Netflix special.
Exactly. But I want. I will appreciate like a right wing comedian. I don't. Go with the same thoughts, but that made me feel guilty to have a laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're like, oh fuck, he got me.
So that's what I try to do with the right wing audience, which is the most in Madrid. Like,
really?
No, but yeah, I
bet
feel like you have transition in the last years. But however, I want people to laugh.
Yeah,
but sometimes
you
I want
spice
to
it up.
express my opinion.
But you're into politics, like as a person, you are interested in politics. So,
yes, I am.
yeah, so like, that's why it comes out in your comedy.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
it's
it's hard
natural.
to like not do that. Like you write comedy about what you're thinking about, and if you think about politics, like you'll find something funny
it's
about
your point
that.
of view. Is like I think that everything is political. Like you can make it more intense or less intense, but
everything's
our
political,
life
for sure.
it's ruled by politics.
Yeah,
That's
which
how
is
you live.
I hate because I ignore the news and politics because it makes me so anxious. But you're right, like everything you do is like impacts directly into like the political system of your, even like I don't vote because I don't care about politics. That's politics. Like that's impacting somehow.
That decision is
It's political. Yeah. It's like the thing is, I think the word political has been like politicos means how decisions are made. And when people hear political,
just decision making.
Yeah, it's like I work in a big company, so like the word political or politics gets thrown around a lot, and I had to like deprogram myself because whenever my boss said, "No, that's a political decision," I went like, "What? Fuck." Like, because that normally means conflict in my mind, you know what I mean? But that just means that's how we have to like make the plan or whatever.
Yeah.
So I had
It's
to, like,
not a
switch like
necessarily logical decision. It's not like a math problem. Probably it's just
it means we have to convince people. We have to like make people like
holy shit
form alliances and stuff.
You changed my mind on that because every time in my work people say political decision, my mind always goes to corruption immediately. It's like,
Brazilian.
Someone's trying to fuck someone over. Yeah, for sure. That's the Brazilian in me. Yeah.
So like you started doing comedy in Madrid, from what I understand, or
no. At first, I started in Asturias, and it was
That's
terrible
awesome.
I was
because as a musician, not because of Asturias scene, but because what I was like. I was a musician that suddenly said, "Okay, I'm gonna start making funny songs."
Oh, that was it from the jump. Oh,
yeah.
that's crazy.
So I wrote a 1 hour and a half set of funny songs.
1 hour and a half.
Yeah, and
Dude,
I
what the
started like
fuck?
looking for clubs or spaces where I could perform. Places that didn't have comedy audiences.
Yeah.
So it was terrible because I was like, okay, I didn't talk between songs. It was just like, okay, just started singing a song about my grandmother having an iPad, and people was like,
immediately funny.
I sing very bad, so it was such a bad experience. And then I moved to Madrid, and I discovered the open mic concept.
Yeah.
You didn't have that in Asturias? There were no open mics?
No.
So
Now
you just
there's
had to
one.
have a show. There's
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, but at that time there was.
Can I ask, was it Oviedo or somewhere?
I'm from Gijón.
Gijón. Okay. All right.
Have you been there?
I love Asturias, dude. I
Yeah?
love it.
Really?
Yeah, I've been there just once.
He got so hyped. I've never seen him so excited about
Dude,
anything.
I bought a book. I went to Asturias. I got so into Asturias. I bought this big ass book about history. This Asturian guy that he's a historian. He was, because he died. His son is also a historian, and they wrote a book about like how the Covadonga thing happened and shit. I got super. I know you have some. Yeah.
Have you seen that set? That
Yeah,
video?
I saw
the video, yeah.
I saw it because it's pinned on like one of your first things. I know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I've been to the Covadonga actually. Yeah.
Have you?
too. Yeah.
It's
So
really
that's a
beautiful.
very specific set that I only do that in Asturias because.
It
Right,
works.
right.
Well, yeah, like you need to know like the myth and that
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
to make it funny. But if you know that, I think it's very.
Cachopa, dude.
No, that's
Cachopa,
definitely bad.
dude.
Like, you know, I went to the Lagos de Covadonga.
Cachopa.
I went to the lakes.
Cachopa, dude.
Cachopa, dude.
Stop.
Cachopa.
Sorry.
I went to the Lagos de Covadonga, the lakes, and dude, we did this 7-day trip to Asturias, and the day before the lakes, we went on a kayak, and my kayak like turned, and we went to the water, and I was wearing my glasses, and I lost my glasses, and I didn't have like spare glasses, and I have like I'm -7, dude. I couldn't see anything, and you know what
You know when people say you have a fat guy's energy? That's
Yeah.
it. That's exactly.
The glasses?
Yeah, I don't know. Just the falling off and the glasses falling.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
that's for
The
sure.
whole scene.
But I was like, the worst thing is I was like really fit back then. Like, I could have done
Oh,
something.
shit.
I had abs, dude.
Oh.
Anyway, so I followed my glasses, and then the plan for the next day is to go to the lakes of Covadonga to see the sights, motherfucker.
Oh.
It was just a day of my friends
Blurry
going
sights?
like, "Whoa!" and be like, "I guess."
Like yeah, the activity was seeing.
Yeah, the activity was seeing, sightseeing, and I'm
Honestly?
there, no glasses, just like holding to my friend's shoulder so I don't fall
Describe
over.
it for me.
Yeah, exactly. Audio book it.
I was at the Picos de Europa, which is like the
Yeah.
lakes as well, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's what
I was there with my brother. It was winter. It was December. We spent New Year's there, actually.
Oh really?
Yeah, and then we went not at the lake at Oviedo,
Yeah.
and then we went to the lake, and my brother just ate shit. Like we were at the right at the shore at the lake, and he slipped up and he fell down into the lake. It was winter. I don't know how, but he rolled in mud. So
Whoa.
Yeah, it
Was he running to the
hilarious.
shore?
He was literally like this. He was like at a
Still?
halt.
He was
He
still?
wasn't moving at all. He was like literally just looking at the lake and like, oh, this is beautiful. He's I just realized, oh shit! I looked to the right. He's
The spirits of Covadonga.
Yeah, things happen in Covadonga.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I was
That's
there.
triple.
I was working at summer camps.
Oh, that's right.
In Llanes.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
So we had a trip to Covadonga, and then we went like. Do you know what spelunking is? I don't know how.
Yeah.
Going into caves. We went to a cave, and I didn't tell my colleagues that I had like. What's it called? Claustrophobia.
Oh.
And I was like, oh no.
Yeah, spelunking is
And-
literally going to the tightest
Yeah,
possible
dude, I
holes.
was like, holy fuck. No, but like we're with kids. So
Holy
it's not
fuck.
extreme because we're with like 14-year-old kids. And
But you have to be a rock.
There was this moment where like, wait, what?
You
But
have to
did
be a
not.
rock for the kids. You have to
I
be
have to-
like,
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I couldn't look scared.
Yeah, exactly.
So like I asked my friend to like hold my hand, and then all of a sudden like our like the leader guy, he's like, okay, and everybody be quiet and turn off your flashlights, and we're just gonna enjoy this silence. I'm like, oh
Oh,
no,
no.
dude. And then I clenched. That's when I asked for my friend's hand. I was like, help me.
Oh, wow.
I need this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you didn't expect we had so many good stories about our studios.
No,
Hell yeah.
thought I was opening this melon. I don't know
No,
if
you
that
opened a big
expression is
melon.
translatable, but
Yeah, it's perfectly translatable.
We understand. Yeah. So okay, so there's this comedy scene in Asturias, and then like barely a comedy scene, and you come to Madrid. Is there a big difference between audiences in Asturias and Madrid? Do you feel like?
yeah, I mean, the more time passes, the less the difference exists.
Okay.
Interesting.
But because,
Oh, yeah.
for example, I feel like in every non-Barcelona or Madrid,
Like major city.
yeah, in every
Center.
non-major city, like you can experience the same phenomenon. Like the scene is created by a few people
Mm.
Yeah.
who carry the ice breaking. Like, okay,
Yeah.
let's program this first thing. Let's educate the audience. Like. They have to laugh. This is an open mic. Like, people should be able to try bad jokes,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna go to the good shows that are gonna pay some euros for that. That's happening right now in Asturias.
Oh. Cool.
And there's these friends that have the El Percebe Comedy Club, and they are hiring a lot of comedians from Madrid.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
awesome.
It's run by Pablo and Tico Astur, which is a comedian and such a comedy fan. Like
Yeah.
he was traveling with his mom when he was 14 years old to all Spain to watch
cool.
all these.
To watch comedians.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
that's who you want running. A
And now,
comedy
now
club.
he's the promoter of all these.
Awesome.
That's nice.
So
So there are people taking care of the scene there.
yeah.
But when you started, it was like not like that.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Like for example, but they started like 1 year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Oh, after
This is
COVID.
such a new, but
How long have you been doing comedy for? Total, like
since 2018.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Something like that. Yeah.
long time. Okay.
Okay.
And but for example, when I go to Gijón, I always perform in the same place, which is like this kind of hipster library bookstore path, like
Yeah.
this, because I know the people that goes there
Yeah.
knows about comedy.
Yeah.
So
you know
they
that
are
the
good audience. Yeah.
The audience will understand what you. Yeah.
Yeah, I
What you
feel like an audience being educated in comedy is like, I didn't get that until I started doing comedy, especially with, you know, Paco Triste.
Yeah.
Paco has a very like specific brand. We bring him
I
a
was
lot.
thinking
We
the
love
same.
him.
Dude,
Not Paco, but-
that's another person that we bring
Yeah,
a lot.
dude, we
Yeah.
love Paco in this podcast.
Yes, you talk a lot about this guy.
Yeah, we love
Yeah,
Paco
yeah.
Triste, dude.
We love Paco. Anyway, Paco has like this almost awkward brand of comedy where he like stumbles to the mic and he's doing like these very weird stories, and I can always tell who the audience members who like comedy and those who are not familiar with comedy
Exactly.
are, because he always divides a room. Like some comedians they either do well or they do bad, but Paco always like splits a room most of the time.
Yeah.
If the
And-
people that like him are in the room, if
Yeah.
they don't, they'll bomb.
Well, yeah. But like the thing is, some people don't understand what he's doing because he's not being like approachable.
Yeah.
He's not doing this thing of like, the other day I went to the supermarket.
Yeah.
He's
In a
like,
way,
going,
it's
there's a
like-
wizard in the mountain, and people are like, what the fuck?
In a way, it's like complex what he's doing because he's
Yeah.
putting like a bunch of layers. Actually, no, the opposite. He's removing a bunch of layers and just doing.
He's making you think there's going to be a layer,
Yeah.
and then there's not, and that's the punchline.
It's super
Yeah.
raw.
He sets up a story.
But that's exactly what I was thinking too. The line of thought, because like for me, if also my type of people like that laugh at my jokes, if they're not in the room, I'm fucked. But it's not related to like big cities or not big cities. I think it's just like it's my niche. But my thing with you, I think because you have such a like you said, your jokes are so universal in a way. Don't you think you have more room to like navigate
They
different?
didn't used to be like
Oh,
that.
You developed
I
that.
made an extra effort
Gotcha.
after COVID because I stopped. When you asked me how many years, I said a year because I stopped performing like for 2 years with
okay.
the COVID situation, and
Yeah, of course.
I wasn't feeling
great
funny
about
at
it.
all. Yeah, like, I
it's
didn't want
very
it.
only Bo Burnham
Yeah.
managed it. I feel like
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was a breath of her, like because it was
Yeah.
like such an inspiration,
dude.
But
Who here cried at watching that?
So yeah, of course. How could
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all cry? Okay.
That was such a
For the listeners at home, the head count is 4.
Okay, so, but
But-
then after that, after COVID,
after that, when I decided to start it again, like performing and doing stand-up comedy, I realized that 80% of my material was
Outdated?
trash away. Yeah,
Wow.
not because of the.
themes or
No, I mean, not because of the COVID situation, because at first it was like, okay, it's very weird because you're gonna talk about a concert because we are stuck at home. But
because
when
they're
we were
very-
realized, it was like in 2 years, all of this material was, all these references are not current anymore.
Oh, interesting.
So I said, okay, I'm gonna make an extra effort to try to look for the universal references, or at least being as dynamic as I could. So maybe because sometimes you can update a joke, and it's the same joke, but you just switch the reference, and it's
Yeah, I did that with Bertín Osborne and Joe Biden.
Yeah,
like I
exactly.
just needed an old guy, and both worked. Yeah.
Well, with the language, it happens the same.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I noticed when you did it in English, I noticed you switched some things very slightly.
Yeah,
But yeah,
sometimes, it's hard for me, but some of the jokes are translatable. Like,
yeah, of course.
Yeah. Some aren't. Like wordplay is very hard. Like
yeah,
if you're relying on like a double entendre or something, you're
yeah, of
fucked.
course.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But that shows how young and stupid I am in comedy because, like, I saw you doing like very good material, which for me is like you said, like it will work in any room, and I know how hard that is. And for me, it was just he's like that. Like he was born like that. It was actually something you worked for and developed.
In fact, for the last 2 years, I haven't written as much material, but I don't know how do you face it. But in my case, it usually goes with a year. Like there's a goal for you, right?
Okay.
Yeah, usually.
So for me,
I haven't done it for a year, so I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see next year. Let's
we'll
see.
check in. We'll have you back again to the podcast, and we can check in.
I'm gonna ask you. Remind me to ask you. Right. But for me, like last year, it was about like, okay, let's try to be more dynamic about how you can switch the jokes or the conversation in the like just about reading the audience, because I have seen good comedians. Because when I started, it was like, okay, being a good comedian is just about writing good jokes.
Yeah.
And that's
it.
So...
What do you have to focus on?
Yeah, like, that's a fortress that is always gonna work. And that's not the case. I mean, I have this theory. I don't know if you will agree or not, but I feel like...
Immediately
succeeding in a... succeeding
it's a no for me
as a comic... will mean like, okay, you earn enough to make a professional way.
Living off of it. Yeah.
But you can success as a comic, but not reach the final peak. Is like in like diamond tier, where you sell tickets for people that actually want to see you.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's
So
very
it's
weird,
3
like compared to music, like you always go to a concert, you know the band who's playing, but 95% of comedy tickets are sold to our artists.
Comedy show.
Yeah, comedy show, like a stand-up comedy show.
Yeah.
And then there is this top
My
tier
roommate just went to the room.
5% that, okay, let's going to see Juan Davila, Galder Varas, or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's... I envy that so much, because you don't have to sell yourself.
No.
Yeah,
You
but
already
that's-
did. Like
Yes,
that's the thing.
because people already know you.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen. Like
No.
you need to be prepared to never reach that point in all your professional life. That's what I think.
Right, yeah,
I
yeah.
think
Because
so
you can
too.
success without
okay,
reaching that
Going down.
point.
Now we agree.
That's what
Yeah.
we feel like success is, but there's a lot of working comedians who we don't know who they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
get
mostly
that.
like writers, right?
Yeah.
Like, I can't really think of like how many jobs are there in comedy where it's not where people know your name and they're buying your tickets.
Yeah.
And it's not a writer. Like
Yeah.
besides being a writer and a headliner.
What's there in between?
Yeah, what's there in between?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, people who go before the headliner, like, and there's no, honestly,
I know you're serious, but like
The
that's not a
subliner, yeah,
that's not a
warm-up,
consistent job necessarily, because then you
No.
depend on other people. Your market is dependent on a guy that's way better than you.
Well,
or selling more tickets,
Maybe if
rather.
you're an opener, you follow her. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But like some people, for example, are just at clubs. Like clubs have like regular comedians. Like for example,
Yeah.
Madrid Comedy Lab, they have like Liam, Leo, Itzy.
I get it, yeah.
Like a bunch of people who are there, and they're like
Yeah.
solid comedians, but they're not comedians who can bring in people. But you have them.
Exactly.
Like that's a
Like,
job.
Yeah, but I don't know if you can make a living off of that. That's his point.
No, you
Oh.
can, but you
okay.
get linked to a producer, like just going to the next level, like these production companies that
Yeah.
work in Gran Via, and it's comedy show tonight.
Yeah.
They always work with 7, 8 comedians which are the same, and they have to have a good set.
Of course.
like
Yeah,
people
yeah.
have to have
because
fun.
they're paying 20 euros for a
Yeah.
ticket. Like
And-
Danny Boy Rivera, that's where he's at, really.
Yeah.
like,
That's true.
Yeah.
Like Danny Boy is an awesome comedian. I love him. Like
Exactly.
you say Danny Boy Rivera to someone who's not into comedy, they don't know.
They
who
don't
you're
know
talking
him.
About. They should. They
I
fucking should.
did that to my Spanish friend. I was like, "Do you know who this guy is?" And he's like, "No idea."
But you bring
Did you kick him in the balls?
your
Yeah,
friend.
I kicked him in the balls.
He's gonna love him.
What?
Okay. so-
that you bring your friend doesn't know Danny,
Yeah.
but you bring your friend to
To
a
see
Danny
Danny,
show.
he's
He's gonna love
yeah,
it.
for
it.
sure.
That's the
Yeah.
point I mean.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So
that's
you
a
mean
success.
What you're saying is like, yeah, exactly. You're saying you don't control necessarily being a headliner. You cannot make that your goal in comedy.
Exactly.
But you
Yeah.
can make a goal of having it as a profession.
So
but
how can
the-
you improve?
yeah,
You have to be dynamic. You have to be able to
navigate different markets.
present
adapt,
yourself,
yeah.
introduce yourself for the first 10 minutes. Like, okay, this is my style.
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
example.
Vibe. Yeah, it's
yeah.
vibe.
So you can notice like professional comics, like the first 5-10 minutes,
Yeah.
they use them to set a mood, and then they start
course.
playing with that.
They hook you, and once they have you, they can do whatever fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah, Mehdi from the Comedy Lab is a comedian who's French. He did it for the first time in Spanish,
Yeah.
and he has a joke which is a good joke. It's very long, but at the end he says, "I'm the proud owner of a Spanish wife."
Oh, yeah,
and
no, yeah.
the idea behind that joke is to be overconfident so that it clearly resonates as a joke. But he was like uncomfortable with Spanish and kind of like doubting himself, so he got to that punchline and it just completely bombed.
Oh.
And that's the thing, like he didn't set the mood like he does
I
in
think
English.
if you say I'm a proud owner of a Spanish wife in front of a Spanish audience with no confidence,
Yep.
then it's not going to go well.
Exactly.
A French guy saying that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. But like that's I think kind of what you mean.
Snail
Like if he
leader.
would have set like the tone of like this is the character I'm playing, like an overconfident buffoon, like it works. But he was just kind of a shy guy. And then at the
Yeah.
end, it sounded like an incel. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I have a wife. You know?
Speaking about shy guys, my joke about Donkey Kong went well.
Oh fuck.
How did you say it though? Your way? Did you say your way, or did you say?
No, I did it the way you say. So the joke is actually
Thanks.
horrible, but this is the joke. That I was playing Donkey Kong while high, so I cut it down to that. I was playing Donkey Kong
Yeah,
while
that's
high,
better.
and I started over-analyzing Donkey Kong, and I started to realize, holy shit, they gave him the bongos as his main instrument. Like, and the first thought is, where the bongos come from, you know? And then the second thought is, holy shit, the secret weapon of Donkey Kong is like a shotgun that shoots coconuts, which is wild. Also a little weird. And then finally I end with it, oh shit, and like his theme song is a rap song. Like, I don't have a good punchline yet, but like, dude, there's obviously like
He's
some
black coded.
hints.
It was
Yeah, well, isn't
coded
this
as
crazy?
black, yeah.
That's a joke.
No, that's a good observation.
But it's not a
like,
joke. It's just an observation yet. I don't have a
Just
punchline
like,
for it yet.
It's better that you changed this when you were high. That's good. Like before, he was like, well, what you were like something my little sister like told me or
I put it on my little
like,
sister. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
he like before this like high story, he's like he called his whole family racist and like,
Which is very believable too.
I mean, yeah.
But also like, yeah, I forget what I was saying. You just said shy guy, and I remember this joke.
No, yeah. But like that's the thing. Like what he said about comedians
that
establishing
is the
a vibe.
Nintendo link. Yeah, I got you, Gabriel. I got you.
Like it's very important. And like I did a comedy like course. Oh, bumping mics.
Yeah.
That's sweet. You guys have like a weird relationship, but I dig it.
Yeah, it's like 95% of the time I hate him, and then
Yeah, and then you just bump his mic, no protection.
no protection.
But yeah, so like I did a comedy like stand-up course, and the opening, as they call it, like the first 5 minutes, that's what we worked on for like 80% of the course, because he was like, if you have them in the first 5 minutes, it's gonna be very hard to lose them.
Yeah.
Like once they win, but if you don't win them over in the first 5, you're dead.
Yeah.
Like,
That's why I started.
You can still, but if you lose them,
It's harder.
oh yeah.
That's
Hard to bring it up.
Yeah.
I started opening with the thing I used to close with, because my closer was the only thing that worked, essentially.
Yeah.
Now I'm opening with it, and it's actually better, because they think I'm better if I start off strong and
Yeah,
then I go
exactly.
down burning.
You slowly disappoint.
but they have already bought you.
Yeah,
So
they bought me from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's better than like struggling at the beginning and closing strong, because 5-8 minutes is not enough
Yeah.
time to really change their minds. So the first impression
Yeah,
is
that's
usually
true.
what
Open
sticks.
mics really limit you because you have like 8 minutes to prove you're good. Which
Yeah.
is like, if you bomb at the beginning, it's very hard to win them back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you have your own show? Because I haven't seen it.
Yes.
Okay.
Where is it? Can you plug it?
I don't actually know at this moment because I don't have
Oh.
the space like after summer.
Okay. But where was it before?
It was a nomad. This year was such a tough year. Yeah. Yeah, I used to play it in Perro Paco. Well, I'm preparing a very cool, like special, like trying to close material in the Peor para el Sol
No clue.
place. Well, it's a music.
Like venue, like
Yeah.
a club.
Yeah. But it's very close, and I like it because it's circular. Like,
Oh,
the
really?
stage, you're surrounded by everyone.
Dude, that would freak me the fuck out. I would be turning.
Where is that?
I think I
Eh.
saw someone take a picture from that.
Peor para el Sol, it's called.
What part of the city is it?
It's very close to Puerta del Sol.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Is
Yeah,
it?
That's cool. It's like a
It's a garage. It's like 40 people, but
Yeah.
I would love to perform there. And
That's awesome.
Also, like a more musical looper
Oh,
set.
do you do loopers
Like-
now? Do you do loopers?
Yeah, I do that. Like because my what I try to do, like, so my pitch, if you will be a producer, it will be like, okay, I'm not the best musician and I'm not the funniest comedian,
Strong pitch.
but I'm the best musician along the comedians.
Oh, and you're the best comedian along musicians? Or you're not?
No,
confident to say
because you know what I hate about musicians, I envy a lot
Yeah.
that in festivals and that stuff.
in
that-
between songs.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
audience buy any joke. Like, okay, this guitar is not gonna go to Madrid Central because it's the electric guitar. And
Yeah.
everyone was like,
But that's just
Yeah.
because no one is expecting him to say anything.
Yeah.
So just saying, "Hi."
Yeah.
I actually saw a guy get a laugh in a show where he just got into the mic and said, "Hello," and everyone's
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, like, do you know? Have you seen this movie about this? He's a very famous Spanish comedian from the '80s. I forget his name. Fuck. He had like the thick glasses. He was always smoking.
Eugenio.
Eugenio.
Oh yeah, I actually
Yeah.
saw the portada for
Yeah.
the movie. I don't-
Yeah, Eugenio, great movie, by the way.
Cover for the movie.
Shout out. So he started out
Shout
as a guitar player.
Yeah.
And in the movie, he says, like, his wife, they had a duo. She sang and he played the guitar.
Oh, nice.
And his wife can't do it anymore. And she's like, you can tell your jokes. Because he used to tell those jokes between songs. And he's like, no, they only work because people aren't expecting a joke between, like,
Songs.
guitars. And then he started telling the jokes and he actually fucking killed.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a crazy story because, like, it's the one musician who made it.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
was actually fucking funny.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But is your plan like on your set? How do you organize? If you don't mind us asking, but
Sure.
I don't think it's going to spoil anything from your show. But how do you organize your set throughout? Like, is it full musical set, or are you doing loop first, then we
Yeah,
play full
so-
songs?
Have you seen the Adam Sandler special?
Yeah.
Oh, so
actually.
good.
So
100% fresh,
that
right?
that opened my mind, like, because at first I was doing comedy songs.
Yeah,
Then I started doing stand-up bits.
yeah,
But when I watched that special, it was like, okay, you can do anything between.
Yeah.
there. Like you can do 30 seconds
You can
songs
be as
that
creative as
are
you
a
want.
one-liner. You can
Yeah.
start a song that is a very silly joke, or
Yeah.
you can play with the format itself, right?
I haven't seen that special, but the only sets of Adam Sandler I've seen is when he's like 18 years old, and then like the Hanukkah song. You know, but is it good? Is it on Netflix?
It's
Oh,
very
yeah,
good.
it's
Yeah,
good.
it's on Netflix.
It's
yeah.
genuinely
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like
he's a great performer.
I
overall.
think it was the counterpart of these huge Netflix contracts. Like
I mean,
they say,
Adam
okay,
Sandler is Netflix. Like,
Yeah, that's
like
true.
you're gonna record these 3 rom-coms with Jennifer Aniston, and he said, okay, you're gonna pay me these millions, but also you're gonna pay me for one stand-up comedy special because
That was for him.
Where
Yeah.
I can do whatever
Like,
I want.
I want to, and I want to do my comedy again. Like,
That's nice.
He's like
remind
one of the
people-
highest paid actors in the world just because of Netflix.
Really?
Like, yeah.
I didn't know
He has
that.
a ridiculous amount of unknown movies on Netflix. Like,
Can I
Yeah,
say
it's
something?
insane.
I watch his movies probably like twice a month. I watch Adam Sandler movie.
do you?
This
I
explains
do.
so
I
much.
love Adam. I know what that means.
God, this explains
I'm
so
stupid.
much.
Yeah.
I love
Grown Ups? Like, do you watch?
I
Like, that kind-
rewatch Grown Ups. I actually even the ones with Jennifer Aniston. I fucking eat those like candy, dude. I love it. You know why? It's when my mind, like I'm so ADHD, my mind fully focused on Adam Sandler movies. Like it's something about it that is like drags my attention like
Dude.
100%.
Dude, that's insane. You haven't seen so many good movies. Like,
Yeah.
and you've watched.
I never
Adam
watched.
Sandler twice.
I never watched The Godfather. I never watched
And you're like, Grown Ups
Shawshank
2, let's
Redemption.
go.
Grown Ups
My
2
whole-
for the 15th time.
My
Yeah.
whole headset fell off. I don't,
Are you guys insinuating those are bad movies?
No, I like
Dude,
Adam
those
Sandler
are-
movies from the 90s. Those are great. Then he went into like what I feel is a creative slump.
Did you
And then-
watch it, or did you just watch the promos?
No, I watched.
Dude,
I watched Grown Ups.
I've seen them. I've
Yeah.
seen them.
I watched Jack and Jill.
Oh,
which
Jack and
was
Jill is a
horrible.
tough watch.
Yeah,
No, that's not
But
a
then
good one.
Adam Sandler, like people forget when he was on SNL, he was
Oh,
one of
yeah.
the best
Yeah.
parts of the
He was-
best parts of SNL.
Yeah.
And when he like for me that special was like a return to form.
Exactly.
Like he did
like,
the weird voices.
He was
did
a
the-
reivindication of
Yeah.
himself as a comedian.
Yeah. What was the movie, the prison movie that he did? Here Comes the Boom or something.
Oh yeah.
It's
no,
the longest yard.
Yeah.
The Longest Yard. I watched that this weekend just to prove my point that I watch it every month. I watched that assembly movie. Dude, that prison movie is one of the funniest prison movies.
Chris Rock's in it, right?
Dude, Chris Rock's in it. Yo, he dies in the movie.
And Joey Diaz is in it.
Joey
too. Yeah.
Coco Diaz. Joey Diaz is that. Dude, it's a perfect...
He's a comedian from New York. He always has like wild stories. Like he always started like it was 1985 and I was sucking this guy's cock for a coke, and then he just goes into like wild stories.
His funniest joke for me is, do you know what the woodpecker is? That's why when you're eating a girl's pussy from behind and you do like this with your nose into her butthole. Yeah, that's the style of comedy. Welcome to our podcast, dude.
Okay.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
But that movie, dude, is a great movie.
Okay, cool. That movie might be a 4 out of 10.
Yeah,
What?
at best.
I mean,
Oh, wow.
no,
Do you
like,
watch,
no, it might be because I haven't seen it in a while.
Do you watch him high?
No.
What?
I don't smoke weed usually at home. I don't buy... I never bought weed.
Oh, that's why you take mine. Fuck.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean,
But yeah.
I think the only good movie that was released in the past like 15 years is Uncut Gems.
Oh,
And
Oh, that's obvious.
good in that.
Punch Drunk Love.
that's so old. That's over 15 years old. That's
Okay,
in like
yeah.
2003.
I love it.
I like
Wes
funny
Anderson.
people. Like I think people.
I like funny people too.
Have you watched that?
No, I don't really like it.
Oh no.
He's what I
I
would
love
call
him as a
French.
comedian,
if you know what I
Yeah, but as an actor, maybe like his movies. Yeah.
I watch them in the Alsa, and that's my state of mind.
Oh, in the bus?
for, yeah.
Oh yeah.
To
But
get sleep.
anyway, the set
Oh, the
is
set,
really
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
What were
Related to what were we talking about? Like, I realized that as a music comedian, it's very important how you start, because if I start with this 3-4 minutes long song, people won't realize they have to laugh till the first 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And if I start with stand-up,
punchier, right?
when I start singing is weird. So the first 10-15 minutes are like very
Like improvisational or
no, but more like one-liners, and I
Gotcha.
move
Punchier,
from
like quicker.
very quick jokes are very short songs. Like so, it's like a demo of what they're gonna.
Oh, gotcha. It's like
see.
a smaller sample of what they will have
Exactly.
throughout the rest of the show.
Yeah.
That's smart. That's cool.
Yeah, and once I got the audience there, like I started, and it gets more from a comedy show to a concert. The
Gotcha.
format itself. Like
Oh,
at the end, I love to play with the bis situation.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, but like when musicians
go
say,
out,
"Okay,
yeah.
this was the last song," and then you go
okay.
there. So I love that. I don't know why, but so I always like in the middle of the show, I'm like, "Okay, this is the last one," and
And
I
then you
have a lot
return.
of jokes about that. Yeah.
That's actually a smart way to go, because I always feel like at the end of a comedy show, the audience is kind of tired of the show.
Yeah.
That happens to me whenever I go watch big comedians that have like a full hour and a half or something like that. At the end of it, I'm kind of like, okay, how much, if the comedian is not that good.
I keep the most fireworks music tricks for the end, like
For sure.
the loopers, auto-tune stuff, and that
Yeah.
stuff, because what you say, because people get tired. I understand, like I cannot keep the track of the lyrics, all the jokes and that stuff, so
Of course.
I feel like people need a moment of okay,
breathe.
but in a very comic situation and a very comic context, but I'm not a very good solo player, but I record a loop and I try to do a
That's
solo
nice.
or that
Yeah.
stuff. And I don't know, like
Yeah, but that theory
think that
makes
works.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even in like when we went to watch Louis C.K. here, by the end of it, I was looking at my watch because I was just tired of sitting there for like an hour, just physically tired, not tired of the show, physically
No,
tired.
but it gets
you
to
know?
the point where you're like, we could use a break.
Yeah.
Like, even with like one of the best comedians alive.
Uh-huh.
So
yeah, I tell you guys, as stand-up comedians, I feel like it's so hard to manage like
we
one
don't
hour long
manage.
show where but people do, and I guess that's your aspiration, right? Like
That's what we're trying
I
to
want to
do.
get the hour.
I couldn't do it anything like without all the tricks and guitar things.
You know what? I just started realizing that building an hour is a lot. I thought it was just like when I have an hour of jokes, I'll have an hour. But the structure of the hour is so
100%.
important. Like
Right.
I did my first 20 minutes like 2 weeks ago, and I started off with a story, and that was such a mistake.
Oh.
Like people were zoned out because like you have to, you know.
Yeah, that's essentially what he said because of the long song. Sorry to
Exactly.
interrupt,
Yeah. So it was the same thing. Like I just realized, no, I need an hour of jokes that work.
Yeah.
Together, like not just to the hour. So yeah, like I'm just starting to think about the structure of my sets because it's just been like 2 months since I started doing longer sets, and that's why I feel like a lot of comedians are trapped in the 8 minutes of the open mics.
Yeah, because the format it condemns you to do that. Like I cannot try a 5-minute song, for example,
You
because
lose 'em.
I need this. Because that 15-minute, I mean, the whole structure of the 1 hour show,
Yeah.
I scale it up for the open mic. So the 2 first minutes are like quicker, even jokes. So I get introduced and then I try these 3-4 minutes new jokes I want to try, and I always keep 1 minute left. So I.
But I'll say
get-
this
for a closer.
Yeah, for a closer that
Yeah,
I know
of
it
course.
works, so I don't go crying to my home.
I was gonna say something else, but I was gonna ask: are you zoning out?
No, not so much. No.
Ah, okay, good.
Yeah,
Because we have a rule: he's not a comedian. If he zones out, we're getting too deep into
Oh
comedy
yeah,
stuff.
oh that's very good.
Right?
The same way I'm the bridge to like the Spanish world.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
the bridge to the non-comedian.
To the real
Okay,
world.
yeah.
Just the bridge to like the
Yeah.
normal people, you know. Like,
You know in Asturias there are coal mines.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
So you know what the canary was
the canary
used
in
for?
the coal mine.
Yeah.
yeah.
Ah, yeah, that's him.
Yeah, so if the canary starts coughing on that stuff, like you are the canary.
Starts
in
coughing. I
occupation.
think it's just he stopped singing.
Well,
he
yeah.
didn't go like, dude, I think there's coal down here. What the
I mean,
fuck?
but that metaphor was too intense. Like I just met you. I
When
didn't want
Pato
to-
dies, we become boring.
I like the metaphor, you know. I like it.
You're
Yeah.
a canary.
I'm a canary. I sing like a canary.
He's
Do
a
you feel
duck.
bonita?
Do you feel bonita? I was gonna propose. We're down to 1 hour and a half almost.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
wow. It flew actually.
Yeah, it was very fun.
An hour 15. Well, yeah, 1 hour and 15 actually. Did you prepare any musical stuff or no? If you say
I
no,
mean,
it's fine too.
You-
But I saw you brought
But
the
you
guitar,
want
so-
to improvise. I thought you were gonna like freestyle.
Oh, 100% no. No, I would never want to do
I thought
that.
it was what you were gonna do.
Oh my
That could be
god.
fun.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
That wouldn't be fun at all. I would be so nervous.
But
You
he's
rap
good.
so
Like
good.
you don't have to be good. He's good.
If you're good,
But I play you the bass.
oh my god.
Like
I wasn't planning that like at all. Like I'm not confident as a musician. You heard my album. I'm not a good musician, dude. I don't know.
If you start bombing, I'll just start singing.
Okay, let's do that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. You get the guitar. Don't worry.
Yes.
We'll talk something bullshit.
Oh,
while
he's
you do
actually
that.
doing it.
Yeah.
I'll play some. Yeah. So guys, while he picks up the guitar.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were.
No, it's fine. We're gonna take like a quick break of the interview.
Oh my god. Convenience.
I actually don't mind something else to drink. Can we-
Something else to drink? Is
know
that
what?
what you want the listeners to listen to? Me getting you? To
Yeah, whiskey maybe.
yeah, we only
Let's
have
do whiskey.
and gin.
Should I pause it? Because if I pause it, I'm not gonna pause because then it's gonna
I mean,
make the
I can-
podcast
I
life
can
harder.
edit
You
this
guys,
out, too.
you guys talk.
Yeah, we talk,
I'll
Pato.
look at the-
No, where are you
Pato,
going,
don't worry.
Pato?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is a great episode.
Wait. He's ready. He's ready.
He's ready, but go get me the whiskey.
No, fuck you.
If I'm gonna rap, dude.
No, you're already drunk and you're driving home.
Oh,
He
yeah,
is
that's a good
driving
point.
home, yeah. We're-
Fuck, what a bummer, dude.
And also, no, dude. And also, you don't need the alcohol. You have the
Fuck.
talent in you.
I don't think I'll rap. Okay, also, there's a good reason for me not to rap because he needs a microphone and a guitar.
Ah, you pussy. You fucking pussy.
It's more like an excuse than.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
more of an
it is.
excuse.
It
Also, like you need the two hands, so yeah, we didn't thought this
I
through.
mean, we could just change positions.
Yeah, honestly, I can put it on. And, yeah.
Okay.
Also,
But-
I can always
but-
edit. I can always edit this out.
Hey, it's Future Pato here in the editing studio. I promised that if it were to go poorly, I'd edit it out, and it did go poorly. So I'll just give you the best parts of the edit. Enjoy.
What is your microphone?
I don't know at this point.
Yeah, this is your microphone.
how-
So I'm gonna increase the volume,
But-
so it picks up both the guitar and the.
So I guess the jokes have to be in English.
Yeah, of course. Where are you
Except
going?
for
What are we
Sherwin.
doing? You're Sherwin. Yo, you know he got bit by a spider.
Sherwin?
Yeah, that's why he went to the
So-
hospital.
Oh,
I-
fuck. Is he Miles Morales now?
Fuck yes, I guess.
What are we doing? Like,
I don't know.
I saw a
What-
tutorial on how to freestyle on what's his name, Mac D or Mac.
Okay, let's just do it. Okay, I like that.
A course and a thing. Victor, what do you think?
About the theme, what it should be? It should be about the summer. We're wearing shirts on their
boners at the
asses.
gym during the summer. Yeah, getting boners at the gym during the summer.
Relatable.
I'm going to move to Asturias.
He changed the subject.
I cannot rhyme in English, but the good thing about being Spanish is that everything could rhyme if your accent is strong enough. I'm gonna move to a place with water.
In the north.
I'm gonna move.
To go back on.
In the north. Getting boners in Asturias. Getting boners in Asturias. Lagos de Covadonga.
From the lake and Cachopos. From the land of the Lobos. From Asturias, getting boners.
Getting boner in Asturias with my friend who's bald. No, he will not get a boner because it's too cold.
Hey, I'm high off the dope and I'm high off cachopos. Motherfuckers looking at me like I'm loco. I'm crazy. This is crazy. This Brazilian freestyle is going okay, I guess.
Kind of lazy.
Yeah.
Does it work? Oh,
Yeah, we did it, guys! Woo! Getting boners in Asturias.
That's a boner in Asturias. Do you want to do like a snippet of one of your songs? We can clip this and put it into
Yeah.
in the reels or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it'll help, but
This was so much fun, by the way.
we can improvise something else later. I'm a little bit loser now. I'm a loser now.
Okay, we can do it. Like, I was checking videos to save space.
Yeah.
And I realized that I have this very funny video in 2019. The last time some host of open mics asked me to rap improvising
cool.
with me, and they were Sergio Bezos and Pablo Ibarburu, which are like now working in. So maybe
Victor
in a few
almost came in
years,
his pants.
I think I kind of came in my
like
pants.
I won't be there, but you guys, I don't know.
You'll get there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I won't because I'm not so clever. In fact,
But you're getting better.
Are you gonna improvise?
no, this was the set.
Oh, okay.
But you can spice it up if you.
I just
If
kill
you
your
feel
premise.
like the rims don't work, like you can add.
We'll edit it.
thing. Okay. So, but for example, I thought that people from Hawaii were enormously giants, but then I realized they just play tiny guitars called ukuleles. So I wrote this song that is called Things That I Don't Get. Things that I don't get. Things that I don't get and I won't understand. I should have prepared this in English. What? Because I'm translating. The problem is that I don't remember the rhymes.
Oh, you're working backwards?
Spanish. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I have to
Okay.
switch it.
Yeah, some reverse
But
engineering.
We can cut it in the Hawaiian jokes. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Things that I don't get.
Things that I don't get.
Why do we need to make girls wet? That's what I don't get.
Okay.
No, sorry. That was horrible.
Things that I don't get.
get out of here.
The French voted for a full left-wing government. Why are they eating snails?
snails?
Why are they eating snails?
Okay, I remember some of them that don't need to rhyme. Why do testicles look like they belong to a person 30 years older than themselves? Why do people say that dogs are people's best friend? I wouldn't cut my best friend's balls unless my best friend is a tiny child from the Middle Age that sings very high.
Castrati.
Things that he doesn't get. Yeah, hell yeah.
Why do people not put their back down in the metro? You just hit me in the face, motherfucker.
Yeah, things that Victor doesn't get. Why does everybody at my work, whenever I mention that the French soccer team is playing, they say, yeah, but they're all black and brown now, so they're not 100% French, even though they were probably second and third generation born in France. So
Yeah, that's kind of racist.
things I don't get.
But you can be racist with French people.
You can in Spain.
Snail
Where's
eaters.
your roommate from?
He's from Spain.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, we're fine. We're fine. Hey, fuck the French.
Fuck the French.
This has been last week's tortilla. Thank you for listening.
All right. That works. That's awesome, dude. Thank you.
So much fun.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah.
I saw you got an Omnichord. That
Oh yes, yes.
that looks fucking fun.
Yeah, would you prefer to do it?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Like, I don't know how to play it.
Wait.
You didn't practice. Did you just buy it or what happened?
Well, I bought it like 3 months ago because it's they haven't sold them in the last 10-15 years, and the second market is so it seems like
it's old, like it's an old equipment too. Like
yeah, it was an 80s Suzuki weird instrument.
Yeah, it's awesome. It looks good too. Like it looks kind of new.
I don't understand the instrument. How does it work?
So it's a mix between a synthesizer and a guitar.
Okay.
So and it's called Omnichord because it has one button for any chord, like D major, C major.
Also like a piano.
No, because
Not
a
really.
piano have one note, and a chord is made by at least
Multiple.
3 different notes. And you need to know music harmony. Like, okay, Do major with a 7 needs these notes, right?
Okay.
But an omnichord is just, okay, D major with a 7, and it starts sounding.
That's because back in the day there wasn't as many software
Exactly.
to do whatever the fuck you wanted.
Yeah.
So they made this hardware equipment where it was like as free as you can be and as simple as it could be to play an
Exactly.
instrument.
That's cool.
So it's just literally a button and it sounds like you're playing a full chord.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're just a little like metallic pad that you put your finger on.
Yeah,
It
it's like an harp, like ring.
Oh.
Yeah,
And-
it's on his stories. You can watch it. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
It sounds like a very cheap synthesizer,
Exactly.
but that's why it sounds like very nostalgic. And
Yeah.
it sounds. Have you seen Adventure Times?
Yeah.
All the soundtrack was made with that instrument.
No,
really?
no fucking way.
Yeah,
Really?
like all the beats. Haven't you noticed like how the beat sounds like very
Kind of
bad
off?
mix?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
like,
that's crazy. I didn't know that.
and it was one of the animators. I follow her on TikTok.
She plays that.
Yeah, and
That's pretty cool.
Well, that's one of the reasons why its prices have been so high
because of
lately.
the show.
to get.
Because all of the fans of Adventure Times.
It's
yeah.
just a bunch of nerds on the internet going like, I need this.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
they say, okay, why are people selling these old instruments for such high amounts of money? So they made a limited edition,
Yeah.
and I bought it like 3 months ago, and I arrived.
Awesome.
That's fucking
this.
cool.
Are you going to use it in your shows?
Yeah,
Or- Oh.
like at least on open mics, I want to just bring that, and I'm thinking about bringing a piano or a synthesizer and the Omnichord, and for a few months just using them, not the guitar.
Fuck.
Just artistic restraint.
Yeah.
Like just check it out how much you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
No, it just hit me,
With
dude, that I did say that we were gonna improvise today. That's why you were expecting us to improv, because I said, "Oh yeah, let's do some improv." I just remember.
Yeah, you literally
You
said,
fucking
"No,
dumbass.
We're improvising. I was like,
They
okay.
gaslit
my
you.
fault.
he's
Oh my
a
God.
rapper. I think he
No.
can
He does
manage
this
the
all the time. He
situation.
pretends to care and then he farts in your face.
Oh, dude, sorry.
No, I mean,
No.
I feel like I owe you guys a improv good rap song.
Okay. But do you want to do it now?
Or let's
No, I was gonna ask before
Sure.
let's get like techie with music, because I'm actually interested. I listen to your songs on Spotify. Do you master your songs?
Not the ones on Spotify.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Do you like hire the guy?
I spend so much money. I contact friends who are musicians. Like some of them used to play with my band, some of them playing in different bands, and we went to a studio and that stuff. But it was so poorly performed. Like nobody listened to that songs, and it cost me so much money that. From that moment, I say, okay, I'm gonna try to learn how to produce myself. I'm gonna look for the optimum place,
thing that I can
because
do.
it doesn't worth it. Like people didn't appreciate it, so I'm not continuing this path.
I was nervous because that's the path I went into, but mostly because of lack of time. Because if I could have time to find like a guy to pay them and do it for me, I would probably do it.
No.
But I didn't have the time to do it. So all of my songs are produced and edited and mastered by me. They're not that great, but like I'm thankful that I did that because like I learned so much more
Exactly.
of the full process.
Yeah.
Can I just ask a quick, what is mastering a song? What does that mean? Just making sure everything like sounds right? Or?
No, it's you mix. I mean, you producing means like thinking what you're recording.
Okay.
Like, okay, this song is this. I was strumming the guitar, but maybe the bass is playing boom, ba bang, and
It's
the
more
bass.
creative than
The mixing is like all the different layers. You choose a level and you.
It's the technical
Like
aspect.
joining it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it sounds compact and that stuff. And then when you have all this process done, then you master. That is like there's just one layer, like the whole
you
mix.
like combine it.
Yeah, like you
Okay.
compress it so the chorus doesn't have a peak of volume, or the whole bass of the song sounds good on your depending of the genre of the music and that stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
and that
okay.
can get very technical and complex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like there are some of my songs that I do the song in like one sitting. I just record the audio, do the beat, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I spend like 3 months just trying to fine tune like the bass because the bass sounds off. And you can't hear my voice, and I'm trying to big my voice a little bit up, and the
Oh.
bass. So that like engineering
Yeah.
is a
It's
fucking
so difficult.
nightmare, dude.
I'm terrible at doing that.
No, because
like,
it's all technical stuff.
you know,
Yeah.
now there are a lot of artificial intelligences that made full songs.
Yeah,
I
I
don't-
actually pay for one.
Oh, really?
We're
Suno
using
or which one?
We're using one right now. If I remove it, you guys
Yeah.
are gonna notice the sound quality is gonna go a little worse. Can you notice?
So you're paying one for mixing the.
Yeah.
Oh, that
one for mixing.
That was what I was about to say. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand why I cannot download a plugin in Logic.
Yeah.
And
Things
and set
that I
it so.
don't get. Things that I don't get.
Ozone is the best one,
Oh, really?
Ozone
Okay,
10.
I will look into that.
and I got it from a cheap deal. Actually, it's not cracked. I don't know what happened. I'll be honest. I downloaded it in a sale. Yeah, sales.
yeah.
It was Black Friday, and then I downloaded it, and they said free trial for whatever time you want, and then you need to pay free trial for 3 months, and then after you pay like a super cheap price. And then I got it, and I forgot to pay, so technically I shouldn't have it, but it's still working. I don't know why. Like,
So it's like, what's that thing for decompressing that everybody has? WinRAR, is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Or like,
Oh.
so you can just like remind me later.
Remind me later.
I'm a
right?
I'm a 7-zip man myself, but
Okay. You seem like
Yeah.
a guy with class.
yeah.
But anyways, technical stuff, dude.
Yeah.
I'm interested because your songs sounds really like legit. They are actually like top tier mastering.
Where well, it was with this producer that I really
Gotcha,
liked.
gotcha. Yeah. And
But not anymore. Next ones are gonna be more indie. I like to
Indie.
describe them more.
That's how you say
underground.
it. Yeah,
Down
I'm
to
not
earth.
poor. I'm a minimalist.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Down to earth. The next question I have.
Oh, okay, go on.
Yeah, about your reels, dude. You got a bunch of views on your reels. Did that do anything for you or no?
In some of them, I mean, I feel like it's a continuous work. So
Yeah.
when a few of them went a bit viral, I might sell 4 tickets.
Oh, you
for
get
that
more tickets.
I was
But
gonna say,
show.
what is the ratio of views to tickets? Because I know a lot of comedians who do very well on Instagram and TikTok, but then they do a show and nobody shows up. Like,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why they say Instagram's like not really profitable because the turn rate is so low.
I mean, I think it
Or
is
high.
if
I don't know.
you reach the algorithm wheel.
Yeah.
Like one viral video doesn't do anything, but it helps you to get the
Attention.
the next viral video.
Right,
yeah, the
yeah.
attention, that stuff. Like, for example, in my case, any story I publish, I lost followers.
Oh shit.
Because I have 3 viral videos and that were big following people, but maybe they are not the audience. I don't know.
Of course.
why.
Oh, and they see the story and they remember.
Yeah,
I
like,
know who
who's this guy? Like,
Yeah.
fuck him.
You know the thing that I noticed from our reels that I really like we don't have like any reels that really blew up, but they're consistently going up because of the collabs that we do and stuff. And every time there's someone that follows me, but like 1 or 2 people from the reel, so it's not a massive following, it's just 1 or 2, and they stick around.
That's
they
good.
they continue to like the next
the
reel.
net increase is the important thing.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
do you know about the long tail phenomenon of algorithms?
Yeah.
Is
I read a book about this.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
you
know what you
you're
did?
a musician, like it happens on Spotify and that, but also happens on comedians TikToks and
Yeah.
everywhere right now. Like the algorithms recommend you reels based on your interests,
Yes.
right? Like you like the Beatles and you like
Half-naked
Oasis.
people.
You
Yes.
like Oasis and the Beatles, and you like Blur and Oasis. So it's gonna recommend you Blur, and yes, it's gonna recommend you, I don't know which bands I said, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
completing the puzzle. Imagine I made a band that it's very similar to Beatles. Like everyone that likes my band,
Like Oasis.
like mine and my third brother. But so I started a new band and I have 100 followers. 100% of my followers are gonna like the Beatles. So everyone that listens to my band is gonna recommend. Spotify is gonna recommend the Beatles to them because they're gonna like them. But it's not symmetrical because people who likes the Beatles, they don't have enough data to recommend my band to Beatles followers.
okay.
So what happens to statistically it creates top tier influencers or musicians or whatever that
Drag along a bunch
drive
of people,
all the
yeah.
traffic to there, like all your you upload reels doing
Yeah.
stand-up.
Yeah.
If I like
And
your
Galder Varas gets all of them.
yeah,
Motherfucker.
if I like your video, my next video is gonna be Galderbaras because it's like, hey, you like a stand-up comedy show reel, you're probably gonna like Galderbaras.
Yeah.
But if I like Galderbaras, it's not gonna recommend
Yeah.
you. And you look like Galderbaras.
I know, that's
You
why I
gotta
say
do
You're
that.
like
Oh shit.
Yeah, I opened with a joke yesterday. I went on
A joke?
stage. A joke. Yeah, I don't know why I said that very Spanish. I'm going to start talking like this.
Yeah.
Like Vicky Cristina Barcelona. This is how they all talk, and they are all very sexy. So. No, anyway, I go up there and I say, Galder Vara sure looks worse. Shut the fuck up. And everybody laughed. And I was like, fuck, dude, I really didn't want that to work. Now I'm going to open with that.
Yeah.
But it's
You
just the
can.
glasses and the beard.
Oh yeah, that's 100% it.
Yeah.
Like glasses and beard make your face like very type.
Yeah,
Like
that's
you know
it.
what happens to me a lot? Like people come up to me and they're like, "Oh, do I know you?" And I'm like,
It's the glasses.
Yeah, you probably know 50 guys that look like me.
Yeah, I actually have a friend from Brazil that has a beard and glasses, and every time we see a guy, but in all honesty, it does look like him. So we take a picture. We have friends around the world. It's like I spotted our friend here in Spain, and the other, I spotted a friend in Canada.
That's cool,
So
the
there's a
doppelgangers,
list
yeah.
of people that were taking pictures
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
But about the long tail algorithm, do you
Yeah.
know what it's called? That? Do you know why?
because of the shape of the distribution.
Yeah, I was gonna say because it has a fat ass.
Oh wow, this is devolving. I feel like we should end it here.
I
Honestly.
thought we were ending it 25 minutes ago. That's
No way, really?
Me too.
Like I said,
I
this
mean,
is
I
the
can't
plastic
talk.
tortilla. Like I did a big deal out of closing on like a big note, and then he was like, "Actually, how do you master your songs?"
Dude, yeah, it's actually when you said that, I totally zoned out. My
Yeah.
brain turned off when you said that. I was like, okay, we're done. And then I
Yeah.
haven't said a word since.
Anyway, what else do you want to know about algorithms?
Yeah, man, tell me about algorithms, baby.
Wait, no, it's my moment.
Hey.
Canary moment.
Nice. We're bringing it back, baby.
Okay, can we end with like a improv song then this time for real, so I don't leave you hanging because I
Absolutely.
lied to you.
Give me the mic, baby.
Okay.
I feel like I'm such a shitty host, dude, because like I switched the dates with him three times actually. One because I got COVID, and the other just because we couldn't make it.
What does COVID have to do with you being a bad host?
because I invited him and said, okay, so we're gonna do this date, and then
No, you'll be
I had
a
to
bad
cancel.
host if you didn't cancel with.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's
Thank
what you
you.
meant?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I didn't get that. And then I
Is it
said,
racist if I play a bossa nova?
no, it's actually
Brazilian?
very
No, he actually loves them, which is funny.
I love Bossa Nova. Yeah, he had a great joke about Bossa Nova that I liked.
You want to tell it? Or
I forgot what it was.
No, it was.
It was a
I feel
stories.
bad telling what. Yeah, it was a story, it's not a real one.
Oh.
A real one, because it was like every bossa nova sounds the same.
The
to
same,
me.
yeah.
It's not a very good one.
Yeah.
Especially offensive. Like I feel embarrassed telling that in front of a Brazilian.
And you know what? I shared that story in my reels, and I forgot one of my good friends. He lives in Valencia. His father is like one of the main figures of bossa nova in Brazil, and he died a tragic death recently. And and my friend just from your stories that I reshared my stories, my friend just sent like a face like this, like.
No way.
just a sliding face. Like,
No way.
dude, imagine if someone says my dad dies and they hit you with the.
Okay, no bossa nova.
Yeah, no, that's not a joke.
Just do whatever you want.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Pato, stop rhyming when you do the.
Okay, we're gonna
Cannery.
mix the
What?
both conversations. And have you seen the video that from Damon Albarn that confessed that
Oh yeah,
the Gorillaz song is made with a percent
Oh,
of
yeah,
the?
yeah.
I'm happy and I'm
Omnichord?
feeling. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna play that one.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, I like this one actually. I'm gonna focus. Ah, fuck, this is embarrassing. I'm happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag and I'm useless. Cause I watch Adam Sandler the weekends. I watch Adam Sandler every day because that guy is the GOAT. He wears the suede, the shoes, the long shorts. The guy is fucking, of course he's the best. Because he's the mastermind behind lazy guys that wanna improvise. When I drop rhymes, you know, legitimize. Fuck. Look, my rhymes tasty, like M&M's. The rapper, not the candy. When I drop rhymes, I'm like John Candy from the movies, the Canadian guy. you
Fat guy, yeah.
Fat guy, so Victor knows. Because when I rhyme, it's out of control. Yeah, put the microphone close to the guitar. Otherwise, we're gonna lose control again. And I bought a candy that's called bricks. You know, that's why mine's legit. Because when I see stuff stacked on the table, I just improvise. Like a fable, like a little short story that I tell when I go to hell. Because my name's Gargamel. It's close to Gabriel, but it's because my rhymes diabolical. And the laughter is close to that guy from that cartoon like Smurf. Motherfuckers, I'm talking from down the earth like worms. Yeah, or like fucking people, like mole people, or like lizards that come out to see us and fucking manipulate our minds. Now I'm getting too high from my rhymes because I'm that guy. And he got the Sigma guitar. When he plays, you know I'm going in hard. And I will keep going until Pato sings that canary motherfucking blink. Because he needs to go cuckoo or something like that. Because otherwise I won't ever stop to rap. And then I go back to the chorus again because I'm happy.
What the fuck? Gabriel!
Let's go!
Awesome!
Okay, I'm glad at least I gave something off because geez, that
Yeah,
was
damn, bro.
okay.
I didn't
The
realize-
next Sergio Bezos. Here it is.
Hey!
Prepare
Let's
La
end it.
Resistencia 2017.
You're not ready. By the way, COVID's coming.
Oh, wait. Before we sign off, do you want to plug anything?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
your
that's
show or
true.
something?
Yeah.
Plug your stuff.
Like your Instagram, because we're gonna put this part at the very beginning.
When are you showing?
next Monday.
Next Monday. Okay, it's not gonna be published yet. It might never gonna get published, but I hope myself. Next week I record like a very
OnlyFans?
small. Yeah, also, but
I'd pay
that's-
for that.
No, but I have this idea for a podcast. My idea is to record it next week. Like I'm gonna do just a few episodes, and it's interviews with people that doesn't exist.
Oh,
So I'm gonna set a weird personality to ChatGPT and interview it.
whoa!
Like a 10-minute.
Fuck, we should have done that.
That's a way better idea.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
So I don't know the name, I don't know anything, but my idea is to record it like next week.
Okay,
so I can
awesome.
start
Well,
publishing
If you
it.
find the name, you can send it to us and we'll put
Okay.
it on the
And
description.
your Instagram handle is
Yeah.
Colectivo Desastre.
Colectivo Desastre. Yeah, no, but
Colectivo
that's better.
Desastre.
Like, yeah.
It's on the
Me-
description. We'll
Well,
put all the links on the description.
Yeah.
Make it
Follow
work.
him on
All right,
Instagram.
cool.
He has some of the funniest reels I've seen. It's really funny. Colectivo Desastre, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, that's been last
Thank
week
you,
tortilla
guys.
for the second time. Thanks for listening.
Bye.